I'm back from my trip to Daytona, Florida, and was able to collect quite a few new pressed pennies for my collection. Those videos will be coming soon, so if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're notified as soon as those videos become available. Now, before I start editing those videos together for you, I actually thought it would be kind of interesting to go over my process for how I prepare to go on a trip or vacation that I know is going to involve finding some new pressed penny machines. I've mentioned in the past that I already know this process that I use is probably way over the top, dare I say even a little anal retentive, but I'm okay with that. It's worked for me. This is what I've done for years and years, and it just sets my mind at ease knowing that I am way more prepared than I probably need to be. So to see where it all began, we're going to have to rewind a few weeks to see where it all started. And booked. My family decided we wanted to take a little vacation just for a few days to get out of town and decided to head over to Daytona Beach, Florida. So I just booked a hotel room and now it's time for the fun part. Let's take a look at what pressed pennies are going to be around that area that hopefully I can squeeze into the schedule and be able to add to my collection. So let's get things rolling. So of course the first question is, where do we begin? Well, as I'm sure most of you are familiar with the pennycollector.com website, that's where I always start out. They've got things organized by state, city, location. So that's a great place to start and see what's going to be in the area. So let's head over to the website and take a look. Usually I'll print out a list of the machines that are in the area for my trip. I just find having a physical copy of the list will help with this process. Next, I print off a map of the area so I can plot out where all the machines are located. I just find having a visual guide helps me plan out each day of our trip, and I can then lump machines that are close together to help maximize our time. I also make a note of how many designs are at each machine, the coin type that'll need to be pressed, whether it's a penny or quarter or nickel or dime if that's the case, and then any special notes about the machine, like if it's going to take a dollar bill instead of quarters. This will become more important shortly. This is now when I break out my vacation schedule template that I created years ago, and I actually start typing in the initial events like leaving our house, hotel check-in time, and when we are heading back home. If I have special dining reservations, I'll include those on this schedule as well, but for a short trip like this, we're going to be kind of winging it when it comes to where and when we eat. We were planning on leaving early Wednesday, but our hotel check-in isn't until late in the afternoon, so I figured this Museum of Arts and Science would be a fun way to spend our morning. The museum also has a children's museum, which I know our two daughters are going to love, so that's a great way to kind of kick things off. Next, I can see that this one gift shop called Big Shark is a bit north from everything else here on the map, a bit far for us to walk on our beach day, so it should be easy to find somewhere to have a late lunch in that area after the museum, and then once we're done with lunch, we can visit this gift shop. By that time, it should be about ready to check into our hotel, and this Blue Ocean gift shop is right across the street from our hotel, so that should also be an easy one to get at that time as well. Something I always try to instill in my mind with this is that things are always changing. Sometimes we may not want to do something one day, or maybe we run into some bad weather and we need to change things around, so there does need to be a bit of flexibility when it comes to scheduling things out like this. With the schedule done, it's time to start packing up those coins that I'll need for each machine. That's where I jump back to the map I put together earlier. Here are those little jewelry bags I've talked about in the past, and I print out these little labels with the machine location to help me kind of keep everything organized. Then I grab my rolls of quarters, pennies, and dollar bills, if needed, and start filling up the bags. I also make sure to fill up a few extra bags with spare coins just in case we come across, a new machine, or maybe one of the machines we did know about, it eats the coins, or when I do press the design, it's, severely cut off or just rolls short. That way I've got enough extra spare change that I can try a couple times. Just in case you thought we hadn't used enough plastic bags, I do like to put these smaller bags into one larger bag just to kind of help keep them all together during travel so I don't misplace one of them. I also at this time like to top off my emergency press penny kit. Wait, you don't know about my emergency kit? Well, I made a video all about it so you can check it out up here. Now I'm all set for our trip. Well, at least on the press penny side of things. I mean, we still have to pack our bags, load up the car, and actually drive to Daytona, but I mean, those are just details, right? This is the important stuff for us collectors. So now I just get to sit back, relax, and wait for vacation to arrive. Wonder if this would work again. There you have it. That's my process for preparing for a squish-in mission, or as, non-collectors call a vacation or something like that. As I said, I know that for most this is way overkill, but I'm just really into details, and thinking about the potential of missing out on a penny design or a machine does fill me with a bit of anxiety going into some of these trips. So being this kind of over-prepared just sets my mind at ease, knowing that I'm ready for any situation that might pop up. So at the same time, I'm also curious about your own preparation for any of your trips. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I mean, maybe you keep it really simple and you just grab a roll of quarters and pennies and you're on your way. There's no wrong answer here. As I always say, everyone's process is a little bit different, but I'm always curious about other collectors and how they do things. So definitely let me know down in the comments below. Pressing coins is a lot of fun, and my trips do primarily revolve around finding new machines. But I always try to remember that vacations are supposed to be at least a little bit relaxing, so if you come across a machine that's out of order or you're just not able to press a certain design for whatever reason, remember, it's not the end of the world. Thank you for visiting again with me this week. I do really appreciate it, and as always, keep on pressing.